The local Purple Door shelter has some new tools to help victims of sexual assault and domestic violence. Teddy bears, and lots of them. Take a look here. Today, representatives with the Stuffed with Love organization and the American Bank Center donated some 2,000 brand new teddy bears to the shelter. The stuffed animals collected during a big holiday bear drive that was held last month.
That bear is a form of comfort. It's something that was not tied in to anything that happened during that trauma. Whether a child witnessed that, whether an adult actually went through something, this is something new and comforting that's going to give that person or that child an opportunity to have hope.
And children and adults, it works on both. This, by the way, is the 24th year for that program.